Councilor Gomes, appreciate your time today. And I guess the first question to you is obviously, what is your reaction to the case being dismissed by the court yesterday?
My reaction is I'm very disappointed that I didn't get the opportunity, but we're going to appeal, and one way or the other, my story will be told. As you know, Barry, I have not been able to say anything, and that was on the legal counsel, and I'm limited to what I say today due to the fact that we are going to appeal. But what I wanted was the opportunity to talk to the people of the city of New Bedford, and I want to thank you, Mr. Richards, for that opportunity, because the radio is a real voice, and you can get your voice out. It's not a script. It's not cut. It's not nothing of the sort. I first want to say to the people of this city, if I had done anything that was detrimental to my job or to anyone in any way, form, I would have immediately stepped down and stepped off the city council and admitted to the guilt or whatever. I have not done anything to deserve what transpired. This has been a coup. This has been fixed. And some people are going to just be held accountable. The players in this game, you would not believe, from high name ranking officials down, that I had interactions with on this issue. I've watched the newspaper and the Southcoast trash my name, trash my public record or whatever, and it's just something I'm not going to sit back and let happen. I'm going to take on this appeal. What I want to say to the people of the city of New Bedford today is that I did nothing wrong to deserve what I got. Now, a lot of things have been said behind the scenes, in the clouds, at night, whatever, that is not true, absolutely not true, fabricated. If you read the 28-page MCA report and just looked into that, somebody would have known that something was wrong. I'm startled that no one did an in-depth investigation, but what they did was just continue to write. What I want to say to the people of the city, to my colleagues, and more important, to my beautiful family, whether it stretches from here to Florida to California, I am so sorry that I have had to put you all through this and what you have been put through. I have a beautiful family just like everyone else, and I love my family. And what they have been put through is not fair. What my mom has been put through, thinking that her son sexually harassed someone, shouldn't have happened, should not have happened. What has happened to me should have not happened to anyone. I'm going to, at some point, and you were gracious to take me on today to let me make this statement. Again, I'm going to ask you, no matter what happens, Barry, whether I win the appeal or I don't win the appeal, I am going to tell the story. And one thing about me, I tell the truth. See, liars keep changing their stories. The truth stays the same, and the truth prevails at the end. And it will prevail at the end. I'm going to start with 2015, from the time that I sat down with the CEO, President, Keith Holban, Steve Canessa, Bill Burns in their office, and we're going to talk about it from then on to my dismissal on June 23rd. This has nothing to do with the case, but maybe I'm feeling so not just angry that not getting the respect, because St. Luke's Hospital, in a sense, when this happened, when these allegations were made, they never came and asked us, did this happen? Did this not happen? Were we able to answer to them? And what the rightful thing should have been was get our lawyers now, because we're going to fight this, because we're not going to go down. We're not going to make this place. I worked in a place that has some magical people, some beautiful people. And it's 29 years that I served in that hospital, not 25, 29, 28 of my evaluations right up to the 2 months before I left. If everybody goes back and look at what they put, I had great evaluations. Did I have some problems with kidney stones and my back between 2010? Yes, I have. And many people know that I have suffered with that for many years or whatever. It caused my attendance. You're going to trash me on attendance. Just for what I got called into originally, which was in the newspaper yesterday, I can explain that all, which had no just cause, and they had no just cause to even come and approach me on that, whether it was carrying a gun or a statement that I made that if I was unjustly fired from St. Luke's Hospital, the difference between me and the regular guy that was sitting there, I can go across the street and call a press conference and blow it up. That the comment that they said to me, there was that I went to, when I first got called, you were going to go down to City Hall, get your committee, and come back and blow this place up. That doesn't even make sense, and neither would this counselor even make a comment such as that. We have to ask the CEO of St. Luke's Hospital where he got more than medicine for. I never received my my royalties for all of that, and I can explain that all, and I'll take a lie detector test and everything. But to go on to my case, when I get the opportunity, I will tell the people the whole entire story. I was such a bad man, and this is one of the last things that I'll say. I was dismissed with a severance package because they wanted me to sign a severance package and take the money, and I wasn't supposed to talk after that. I knew something was wrong then. I knew something was wrong long before. That's why I took the notes that I took. That's why I went back. They say that I never went to Human Resources to ask for assistance. After it happened, I continued to ask for assistance from several people, and I'm going to mention their names later on because they are part of it. I have the texts from the text messages from them. I have witnesses that watched me meet with them because I made sure that I covered every angle of this because I knew that something was wrong and they were coming up. I want to thank my legal counsel for the hard-fought fight that they continue to put on under the direction of Attorney George Leontire, a man that I've known for a long time and didn't really get together. We're too good when we were in politics. But George has done a fantastic job. If you've noticed, if you've watched all of this, they have fought everything from depositions. It was okay to deposition me, but we couldn't deposition anybody, or we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. St. Luke's Hospital has been protected by the courts, but they can't be protected by my voice. And when I explained to everyone in detail, and you offered me some time ago a whole segment of your show to tell the story, and we're going to need a segment of your show to tell the entire story, and it will be nothing but the truth. But right now, I will let this prevail with an appeal, which I hope that the courts will grant, because I never wanted it. This is not about money with me. This is about my name. This is about my family name. This is about what I have created as a city councilor, what I have done as a city councilor, to be taken away with false statements, fabricated lies, and it goes on. And I will be able to prove when different people were lying, including in press statements that they made. I have a doctor that's going to stand with me who's going to say in one portion that was made so that they put the public at ease that nothing happened was a lie, because there was no investigation ever done. There was no investigation ever done. I talk with a strong voice today, as I always do, because I am just that type of guy. I am not going to let this go. And it's not about any money. It's about my name. It's about my family. I have a mother that's in a nursing home. And, I pray every day that she is okay, and many of the people across this Commonwealth in this country that are okay. But I want my mom to know before anything happens, that her son never did anything wrong. So I've given everybody some bits and pieces today that I possibly could. Like I said, I was such a bad boy. You send me off with a severance package because you wanted to shut my mouth. But I'm not going to shut my mouth. I'm not going to shut my mouth for anybody. And I'm going to expose all that was involved in some way, somehow. And I'll contradict everything that they have said, everything that has been done, because it was nothing but fabricated and a bunch of lies. They'll have to explain why people were dismissed from St. Luke's Hospital, from the human relations person on down, that I went back and seen on several occasions, because this is the last thing I'll say. See, in 2017, I went to them and told them early in the year that they are going to straighten this out, which I had been doing previous to that with different other government affairs officer and on, that they were going to straighten this out, because I was going to run for mayor of this city, and I was going to tell the people of the truth. At that time, it was just a ghost story. It had been, as my counselor had said, a legal counsel, it was just whispering and words in the background. I was going to tell the story, because I wasn't going to let it affect. This has affected my personal life, my friends, my acquaintances. Yeah, just to go into a store sometime or be in a parade and see people turn their head that you've known for all your life and you have been loyal to, it has just been so disturbing to me, so disturbing. So, again, it's not about money. It's about my name, and I am going to fight to the end, and I am going to expose each and every person that either had something to do with this, lied, and they'd play up that another person was fired. The other person that was fired shouldn't have been fired. That was one of her best friends. But we'll talk about all of that and everything that had transpired in between that. I never did anything wrong. People of the New Bedford, if I had done anything wrong, this counselor would have stepped down and took the beating or took the consequences as they should be. But again, what has transpired has hurt my family, has hurt my city, has hurt the people that I have to work with each and every day. I can see it in people's faces when they think that they can just either talk down to me or they feel that there's some type of advantage. There is no advantage. I did nothing. And this is the kind of guy I am, and that's why I asked you for this time to speak today. I wish that I could tell the people of the city the entire story, and I will stick by it. You can put me on a lie detector test. You can put me on the serum. You know how I feel about that stuff. It seems that people won't gasp at it when I challenge them to do it, but I'm willing to do it, and you can ask me all the same questions. You'll get the same answers. You'll get the honesty that this counselor has always given to the people of the city. And the only reason I have not address this issue was because of the legal part of it that I couldn't. But I thought today, after the trashing again with the newspaper and their bull, they have not done any thorough investigation into this whole damn thing, is that I'm going to talk to the people, and you were my opportunity, and I really respect that. I respect the station WBSM, and Mr. Richards, I respect you for giving me this opportunity, and you always told me that when I was ready that I would give you that call. And when I am ready to tell this lifetime, I've often felt like I've been in the past 3 years in some type of lifetime movie that started off good but then went real sour. But there's going to be a conclusion to it, and the truth will be told, and other people will be held accountable for their actions. Whether the court sees it or I tell it in public, you will get the truth and nothing but the truth. And Mr.
So you're stating on the record right now that you're willing to take a lie detector test against the accusations.
I am willing to take a lie detector test, a serum test. I'll do it in public. Put all the TV cameras on me. Do whatever anybody wants. I am willing to do it. This has been a real hindrance to me over the past 3 years. I'm carrying a monkey on my back that I don't deserve to be carrying or should have been carrying in any form or fashion. This has been a hoax, a coup, as I said, fabricated, and I will defend each and every piece of it, right down to my innocence of doing anything that deserved to be terminated from Southcoast Hospital. And I don't care who knows when I start mentioning the names, who knows, because it will be them that will have to defend themselves. Right now, we'll take the appeal process again to my legal counsel. Thank you so much. To my family, I love you so very much, and thanks for standing by and dealing with this. My family was even involved. My family was accosted by one of these people, my daughter and my wife, and that's all to be told later on. We'll talk about it all, how I went back to hospital officials. They knew it, but they're in denial, or they want to play the game that they're going to play. I'm not playing. As you know me for a long time, I'm not a game player. I'm straight. I tell you like it is. Some people don't like it because I tell it like it is, so they always try to fabricate it with he's angry, he's this, he's that, he's that. There's nothing of the sort. There's nothing of the sort. I'm just a man that stands on my own 2 feet, and I will tell the truth, and I think the people of the city deserve that and deserve nothing less to know the entire truth of what transpired at Southcoast Hospital from 2015 to 2017, and then the monkey that I've carried on my back for the past 3 years. I thank you again for the opportunity.
Let me ask you to just switch hats for a moment. As chairman of the Public Safety Committee now, with the COVID crisis here in the city, about 8 or 9 weeks old now, what's your reaction to what's going on? It seems as though the people in New Bedford are doing what they're being asked to, but how much longer do you think it's going to be before folks are going to say, hey, you know what, it's time to get this city open again?
I fully support that we sooner or later have to start moving to open this city, to open this country. The people of this city have been fantastic as far as following the rules. As you know, I have not hid in the house. I've been out. I've been in the neighborhoods. I've been in the streets. I've visited businesses. I've been in the supermarket like you. The worst thing is seeing everybody with masks and hearing the silence when you're in most of these places, because I think everybody is just as stunned that we're in the situation that we are. But together we will come out of this, keep following the directions, wash your hands, protect our elderly. And I'll have more to say on some of the things that even transpired within the city as far as nursing homes. When I spoke up about this early on to the administration and others, that was somewhat played off. But now we address the issue of how I felt that people should have been taken care of if they had the disease or whatever. But to the people of the city, keep protecting your own, protect your neighborhood, protect yourself, wear the mask, wash your hands. And I hope that we can get our city opened up and we can start moving and people can go back to work. What has transpired, if you're any type of elected official with any type of feeling for and what the devastation that you have seen not only done to the city because of all of this, to people, the domestic violence calls that are up within the city, it's just terrible. And I just want people to be safe, and that we're going to do everything on our part. I have been a player that has reached out and said, I want to work with everyone. I have 29 years of city public service. I've been through a lot of different scenarios within this city, and I have a great deal of, the word I'm looking for, I'm sorry, a great deal of knowledge of what this city is all about and how this city should be challenged. I understand we have a mayor, but this is a situation where we all work together because we are all, as they would say, all one. Right now, I'm feeling like we're all one, and I'm just happy to see, as I said the other day when I walked into a store and there was some conversation, I'm just happy to see each and every one of you that are standing here today, because what we have gone through is something that we never thought we would go through or never thought that would affect this entire world the way it has. But again,
let me ask you, Councilor, because some of the stores in Rhode Island have reopened, and starting Monday, restaurants are going to be able to open with outdoor service and all that type of thing. Why can't we do that here? I mean, people know how to social distance.
I can't see a reason why we can't do it here, but we don't have everybody playing on the same boat right now. So my approach would have been to already be in the businesses, looking at them from the hairstylists to the restaurants. How can we send, whether it's a health department, whatever it is, into the building to, hold on a minute, 1 minute, Barry.
I was speaking with Councilor Gomes, reacting to the...
How we could get these businesses open by separating tables. If you had 12 tables in the place, now you only have 6. If you had 6 chairs in the place for haircuts or hairstyling, now you only have 4. Protecting the people in every which way while protecting the owners. But we have to open up the economy back, because if we don't, and we could stay on the phone a lot longer, because I'm disturbed with what happened in Washington, down from the unemployment. Do you know that people are making more money being unemployed? I talked to a businessman that said he can't get his people to come back because they're getting more money from unemployment with this $600 book. Whose bright idea was this? I'm not sure, but I wanted to help those that had been laid off. But I didn't want to make people above beyond the riches, and while the others have to suffer, such as some of these businesses that weren't granted grants or were. But we have to open up, and we have to do it in a careful, safe situation. There's going to be a little bit of inconvenience and whatever. But I've just noticed that being around the city, just in certain people are following directions, and I believe that the people of the city and the business community within the city is very intelligent enough to open up and protect their customers and protect their best interest, which is their business, which serves the people of the city.
What are you hearing from some of the business owners that you speak to? I know you speak to a lot of folks out there. What are they telling you? I mean, are we going to see a good number of businesses go under as a result of this? Are we going to see some small businesses in New Bedford not be able to reopen because of all of this?
We just may be able to. They have some of these. Some people think that when you own a business, it's the richest, you have it all. No, it's a lot of hard work in the restaurant business, in most small business. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of prep, and everything that goes along with it. These people have been out now going on 6 weeks, if not longer. They have rents to pay. They have bills to pay. They have a food that now probably some of it has gone bad, that cannot be used. You would hope that most of the freezer stuff, that meats and stuff like that, can still be, but they are going to be in a lot of trouble if they don't get their doors opened up very soon. What we should have been doing from back a few weeks ago was start planning the strategy to open up these businesses and give them the guidelines that we have to as soon as that we could do this. I'm not saying we should have opened up 2 weeks ago. I'm saying as we move along towards the 18th or whatever, let's start putting in place the things there. But no one's talking to anybody. I receive everything by press release. We have not been called in. We have this what you call a conference call on Fridays or whatever, that you're told the same damn thing that you heard on the radio and all that. And any ideas that you put forth or whatever, it's kind of brushed aside, and soon after you hear it coming up. And that's very strange to me, that in a situation like this, we wouldn't all want to stand together and make sure that the people of the city are protected and the people of the city are taken care of under this crisis.
From a budgetary point of view, I mean, you guys should be deep in the budget process at this point, and I realize you're going to have to do a 112 going into the new fiscal year, but, I mean, this is devastating. It's got to be devastating, the loss of revenue. Where are we going to make it up from?
That's the question that we're all running around thinking about, is how will we, every day that we lose the revenues, whether it's the hotel revenue, the taxes, the sales taxes, how will we rebound from this? And of course, what the cost has also been during this crisis, which I asked early on if we were going after FEMA money or whatever. I was told at that time, no. Whether we have done that now, I would hope that we have. To recoup some of what our losses are, and mainly what our losses are in the workman power that we have put into some of these facilities that we've looked to put these cases in. That now one place the state says that we are not going to receive any monies. We put a lot of money into it. We put a lot of manpower into it.
And that being, of course, the Cushing Avenue Surge Center, right?
The Southcoast Nursing Home.
Southcoast Nursing Home, yeah.
Talking about.
So what about schools now? And speaking with the mayor in the last hour, the mayor's not even sure that we're going to be opening schools in September. We're not even.
I said it early on, even to the mayor. I had a very great concern about the schooling and what is going on and how this will even affect these kids later on or whatever. We're going to have to put a comprehensive plan together. We'll leave that to the school committee and those that do the job each and every day. We would hope that they will put the best thing that we can together and hope that we can get our kids back to school at least by the beginning of next year, of the new school year. I was hoping that this would clear up, or we would have an open door somewhere where you almost could discuss sending the kids to schools all summer long. And leaving the last 2 weeks before Labor Day as a breakthrough so that you went on in September and started the new year off right. It doesn't look like that might be the possibility right now, but you just hope to get some normalcy back to a lot of things. These kids are being shut in their houses, some of them wondering why I can't see my friends, what is going on, and it can be explained to some. They're just young at heart, and we will have other problems that will come from this later on. I really believe that. Psychological problems and other things, but that's to be dealt with later on.
At this point, we've taken even the basketball hoops down, so the kids can't go shoot a few hoops, get some fresh air, get some exercise. Everybody's pretty much trapped indoors, and if you're on the corner, you're going to get moved away and told to go home.
This is true. Barry, if I may just have one more minute, and I would like to say to all those nurses, those nursing home workers, our police, our fire department, our EMS, and I've watched them in action. I've watched them go from call to call, from OD to the serious sickness. Thank you. You are our heroes. The supermarket workers, my daughter is and my sister-in-law work in this shopping store market business, and they're on the front lines, each and every one of them. And when you visit them, whether you're into whatever market that you're into, thank those people for everything that they have done and everything that they continue to do on a daily basis to feed the public, to service the public, to give that emergency service to the public. Our police department, our firefighters, thank you. You're all my heroes. To the nurses, and doctors that have been above and beyond what is called for of your duty. Thank you, and God bless you. God bless the city of New Bedford. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. I look forward to talking more about this issue as we move along and other issues that affect the people of the city each and every day, as I've done for the past 29 years, and respectively have respected the people who have given me that opportunity. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Brian Gomes. Appreciate it very much. City Councilor Brian Gomes, who is also chairman of the Public Safety Committee.